Wake up, everybody. It's time to get squared away with Navy SEAL Radio. I'm your host, David Rutherford. As a behavioral training expert, top motivational speaker, author, and performance coach, it's my mission in life to help you defeat the negative insurgency in your life. So get fired up to use Froglogic, the Navy SEAL training program, to help you succeed in any environment imaginable. HOOYAH! All right. Navy SEAL Radio, show 77. This is the July 4th special. What does America stand for? That's what I'm talking. What does it stand for? When in the course of human events, it becomes necessary for one people to dissolve the political bands which have connected them with another, and to assume among the powers of the earth the separate and equal station to which the laws of nature and of nature's God entitle them. A decent respect to the opinions of mankind requires that they should declare the cause which impel them to the separation. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain inalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. That to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men, deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed. That whenever any form of government becomes destructive to these ends, it is the right of the people to alter or abolish it, and to institute a new government, laying its foundation on such principles in organizing its powers in such form as to them shall seem most likely to affect their safety and happiness. Prudence, indeed, will dictate that governments long established should not be changed for the light or transient causes, and accordingly all experience has shown that mankind are more disposed to suffer, while evils are sufferable, than to right themselves by abolishing the forms to which they are accustomed. But when a long train of abuses and usurpations, pursuing invariably the same object, evinces a design to reduce them under absolute despotism, it is their right, it is their duty to throw off such government, and to provide new guards for their future security. Such has been the patient sufferance of these colonies, and such is now the necessity which constrains them to alter their former systems of government. The history of the present King of Great Britain is a history of repeated injuries and usurpations, all having a direct object, the establishment of an absolute tyranny over these states. To prove this, let facts be submitted to a candid world. Wake up, America! Because it is time to get things started. It is time to believe, to stand for what you know is true, that freedom and democracy are the absolute things we must pursue every single day of our lives. These are the things that make all the difference in the world. These are the things that make you great. That's right, you. Listening right now to this show, to my show, Navy SEAL Radio, listening to me, top motivational speaker, author, and coach David Rutherford, listening to me to be inspired to be a great American, because that's what you are. That's what you will always be if you choose to be. That's what we stand for. That's who we are. That's what we need. All right? This is what our forefathers intended for all of us. for every single one of us that is in this great nation is that democracy. We have democracy. The willingness, the ability for the common man, for the masses to go to the polls and vote into power the person who best suits us and what we want. Right? Democracy. We're not under the oppression of tyranny. We're not under the oppression of a kingdom of imperial rule. We're not under the tyranny of a despot or dictatorship. Right now, democracy, man. It's our choice. And the majority wins, right? And it's democracy, and these guys, they wanted a balance of power. They wanted to make sure that people couldn't get too powerful, and we need to remember that. All of us need to remember that. You need to remember that in your life. It's not about having absolute power over the world around you. It's not about our rulers having absolute power over us. It's about democracy and the willingness for the people to know that we make the rules. We stand up. We vote people in office. We can rise up. We could all get on the phone right now and say no and halt. That's it. A lot of people out there want to make you believe that that's not the way it works, but guess what? It is. It is. All right, this is what we fought so hard for so long, is our freedom, man. Think about it. You're free. Now, I know some people out there are like, oh, Rut, man, I don't feel very free sometimes. I don't feel very free when the government takes a ton of money for my taxes. Or I don't feel very free when I got to abide by all these rules and other people don't. I don't feel very free when my beliefs are being shut down and other people's are being risen up. I don't feel very free. Well, guess what? You are, man. Try going living somewhere else. How do you think Ukrainians feel right now? How do you think people in Syria feel right now? How do you think people all around the world feel? You got your freedom. You might have to toe a certain line to be respectful, to have dignity, and to be honorable by how you express your freedoms and express your ideas and beliefs. But hell, man, you can start a podcast today yourself and talk about it. You can get on the air and you can instill whatever you want in other people. Now, granted, there's a truckload of people out there that are spewing hate, that are breaking down our freedoms. They're like, oh, we're a mess. This is horrible. And listen, we got our challenges and problems, but we have had them since day one. Do you not understand that? All of you out there who bemoan our situation, imagine what it was like for them, for our forefathers. Imagine what it was like for them trying to figure this thing out. Trying to make it so all these people could rise up against the greatest power on the planet, Great Britain, to get what we have now. I mean, think about that. Think about what that meant and how difficult that must have been, because that's what we stand for. We stand about rising up against the tyrannies against other human beings. We stand for the freedoms of other people. We stand for the very best in what we are. To be decent, to love your neighbor as you love yourself, to create an opportunity for other people to voice their opinion. Man, that's what freedom is. That's what America is all about. And that's why I'm here today, man. That's why today on Navy SEAL Radio, this is the 4th of July special. I hope everybody's fired up out there, because I know I'm super fly snooker TNT fired up, because this is my favorite day of the whole year. This is America's birthday. So let's all get together right now and sing it, all right? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear America. Happy birthday to you. And many more. That's right, man. Sing it loud and sing it proud. Today is our birthday. Get fired up about it, man. Go put out your flag that's covered in dust in your garage, man. Go around, go have a barbecue, celebrate it, clank your beers together, cook some burgers and hot dogs, watch the fireworks, and celebrate, because we're here. Because that's what we stand for, man. Now, I know there's a ton of there's a ton of madness going on out there right now, and what people think, right, and what's happening in the news, and with all the stuff going on, man, there's a perception of separation that is being force fed, right? This race war in America, and this political diversity, and all this stuff that is just ripping us apart. We're all separate and we're all away. Man, the overwhelming America I know, and I meet thousands of Americans every year when I'm out on the road as a speaker, right? I mean, I do 70, I'm on track to do 75 events this year, spreading my message of Froglogic, which is Navy SEAL Motivational Training. I'll get to that a little later. But I mean, and people are great Americans, man. They believe in what we are. All across the country, right? They believe in the overwhelming majority of people out there are good people who try and help one another and support one another, right? So the reality of separation is that it's only dependent upon the person themselves and whether or not they're going to hold grudges or pass judgment or believe in generalities, or they can open their heart, man, and realize that, man, every human being has the right to prove themselves before you pass judgment on them, right? And we all believe that there are these tremendous loss of freedoms, right? With the NSA and how we're being watched and scrutinized, and the government's climbing into our stuff, and you know, at times it seems like, man, what happened? What's going on? Because our forefathers probably be spinning in their graves on some of this stuff. That's true. I'll give you that. But we're under attack too, man. Our way of life is under attack. There's another group out there in this world that wants to bring us down, that believes the way we are and what we have, we shouldn't have that. And they're going after our freedom. So guess what? In times of war, we all have to sacrifice. We all have to sacrifice. You have to sacrifice. I have to sacrifice. We all have to sacrifice a little bit. All right, to protect what we have, because it is, man, it's so beautiful. It's this golden little thing. It's this incredible little, you can't even put your hands on it because it's inside you. It rests in those words. It's up in the Library of Congress, man. The Declaration of Independence. We are an independent nation, free to govern ourselves, to be free. To stand for something more, to stand for something bigger than ourselves, to stand for something that our forefathers believed in, that was a blessing, that was a gift from God, right? That ability for us to pursue life, liberty, in the pursuit of happiness, man. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. We're granted that. It's given to us. And it's other governments and organizations and evil people that try and take it away every single day. So we got to fight for that. We got to be free. We got to fight for what we have. We got to fight hard. Man, but at the same time, think about that. We got to appreciate our lives, appreciate our liberties, and we got to be full focus 100% on pursuing happiness. These cats got it right, man. To be happy is to be American, period. Why do you think everybody wants to come here? Why do you think people want to go to our schools? Why do you think people want to come and set up shop out in Montana or Wyoming or Colorado? Because it makes them happy. Why do you think I get on the air? To try and serve you some powerful information and motivation that's going to make you happy. Right? To make you happy. Because it makes me happy. This is big stuff. It's big stuff, y'all. Now, I hope you're feeling the same things. I hope you have this in your heart. Because if you don't, man, I'm not sure. I'm not sure why. Have you asked yourself recently why? Have you asked yourself, why am I not happy? What is the problem? And what can I do to change that? Is my life squared away? Do I feel like my liberties are good to go? Am I pursuing happiness? Or am I caught in the trenches? Am I caught in the status quo or the groupthink of negativity, that negative insurgency that just comes and it beats us and bashes us over the head from all over the place, in our own country, right? The subversives in our own country trying to spew that negativity out everywhere, trying to create the negative insurgency to build on it. Man, that's the last thing we need. What we need is that pursuit of happiness, right? That's what we stand for. That's what we are. I mean, I think about it just yesterday, man. Got to spend the day with my family and got to go home. And, man, we went out to furniture shopping for our new home we just bought. Man, hell, I got a new home, man. That's awesome. Pursuit of happiness. And I'm out there with my girls and, we're looking at furniture that my children are going to jump and pounce on. And man, they were even doing a little obstacle course in the department store. It was hilarious, man. It's funny. Then we got home, or we went to Home Depot, right? We had a full day. Didn't know if we were going to get it all in, but we got some in. We bought flowers. My two daughters got flowers, each of them, so we can plant next to the fairy tree in our front yard. And we're going to plant those today on 4th of July. And then I went paddleboarding with one of my best friends, Chris. And I was out on the beautiful ocean just sitting there paddling, thinking to myself, where in the world else can you do this? Man, I was happy. And then on the way home, I went out and I got some cupcakes. The white one, chocolate ones with the frosting, the red, white, and blue frosting, the sprinkles and all that. I got cupcakes because I promised my oldest daughter, the bear, I said, hey, if you're a good girl today, you're going to get a cupcake. You should have seen the look on her face. And this morning, I woke her up before I came in to do the show, right? And you know what she says? Papa, when you get home, can we eat that cupcake? Happiness. Happiness. Man. Do you realize how blessed you are right now? Do you have any true understanding? Think about it. Look down at yourself. Look at your body. Look at your surroundings. Look at where you are, man. You're in America. You are in the greatest country on the planet. Now believe in that. Really, really dig in. Have faith in that. Because it makes a huge difference in your life on whether or not you're going to have a good life, on whether or not things are going to go well for you, on whether or not, you're going to really understand that, hey, man, this is something I got to protect. And no matter where you are around the country, it doesn't matter if you're out in Anchorage, Alaska, or Key West, or Hawaii, or Maine. From sea to shining sea. It doesn't matter, but you got to pursue that happiness because that's what we stand for. Man, this is big stuff. I know it is. Man. And unfortunately, it's usually only on days like today that we allow ourselves to embrace this because it's that big imposing reminder that happens, which is cool. Because every now and then we get a little suspension of the negativity, right? And on big holidays. But 4th of July is a big one because I don't want you to suspend, the negativity too hard because I want you to recognize why we're here. I want you to recognize all the sacrifices that have happened so you could pursue your happiness. I want you to recognize that all the freedoms that you have been fought for, have been bled for, have people have died protecting those. Now, man, our country was almost torn apart at the seams. But we were able to come back together in the pursuit of happiness. You think about World War II, what went down there. I mean, they wanted our way of life. They wanted it over, done. Nazism. Imperialism. But we rose up. We said, you ain't going to bring us down. You ain't going to knock us back. You're not going to take this from us because this is ours. And we fought for it. And we're providing it for anybody out there. Any single one of you troopers. Any single person out there around the world that wants to rise up and be happy. You come with us. Think about that. Come on, join the fight. Rise up. grab your pitchforks from the farms, and grab your hard hats from the steel mills, and grab your whatever from the car manufacturers in Detroit, and grab your marketing job from New York. You come with us, because we're going to fight for this. We're going to fight for freedom. We're going to fight for democracy, because that's what we stand for, because we want to be happy. Because on the other side of that, you can't be happy. It's impossible. When you're oppressed, when your freedoms are taken away, if you've ever had that, when you're told what to do and when to do it, man, that ain't what we're about. That's not the American dream. Now, I'm asking you right now, I want you to know, I want you to ask yourself, are you a part of the American dream right now? Are you? Are you living it? I know I am, man. I'm at the top of the American dream. Are you kidding me? Unbelievable family, unbelievable experience, unbelievable stuff. Brother, I'm telling you, it's just this is an amazing thing. And I ended up getting to serve. I got to serve with the greatest group of people on the planet, the SEAL teams, man. My brothers that are still serving, that I serve with, thank you. Thank you for showing me how important it was to pursue happiness by following my dream to become a SEAL. Thank you for showing me the importance of protecting freedom. Thank you for being behind me as I struggled to try and understand what all that meant. Thank you for instilling and inspiring me today. All of you out there that continue to support this dream, man, I bless you. And all my other friends, all my other Green Beret friends and MARSOC friends, and all my other Air Force friends, and all those who serve, and all those who serve in other organizations out there, thank you for doing what you do. Thank you for letting me pursue my dream, my happiness. Thank you. God bless you. Now, how are you going to do it? Well, I came up with 4 Froglogic concepts to help you start being a proud American, all right? Now, here they are. All right, number 1, Froglogic. If this is your first time listening, Froglogic is Navy SEAL motivational training at its finest, right? Froglogic is based on my 25 years of exploring the human condition, trying to discover what enables us to succeed in every environment imaginable. And I combine my incredible journey with 70 plus years of UDT, Navy SEAL operations training, and elite performance to create a motivational training program for all of you. Something that you can employ in your life today, immediately. And there are 4 main Froglogic concepts: forging self-confidence, living a team life, embracing fear, and living with purpose. And I've got a ton of stuff out there that you can find on my YouTube channel, social media, on this radio show. Done a ton of shows about all this stuff. So go out there and check it out, or visit our website at teamfroglogic.com. And I'll talk a little bit more of that at the end. All right, so here they are, the 4 Froglogic concepts to help you be a prideful American, right? Number 1, study your history. Critical. You got to know your rights, right? Go back today and read the Declaration of Independence. Read the Bill of Rights, right? Take some time and understand what your rights are, right? Know how we got here. Know your history of how we got here. When you do that, you're forced to recognize that your little world, the way you influence is all relative to people that have come before you, what they've given you, what the opportunities they've created, man. And when you know and you study that history, you know these rights, you know where you come from, man, now you're focused. Now, once you have that was step 1. Step 2 is become a part of history. That's right. Become a part of history. Get out there. Get out there, right? Join a group. Join something that's making a difference, right? Join a team to support freedom in some kind of way, whether it's joining the military or join the government or run for office or support something that is important to you that helps other Americans pursue happiness. I would do that. I still do it. I'm part of a bunch of charities. Man, that's part of this whole thing, is become a part of history. So that way you feel connected. Don't just concentrate on the history of your own life. Concentrate on the greater history of this amazing country. Step 3, be proud. So many people out there are like, ew, pride is a stinky word. I don't like that word. You can't be prideful. I say hogwash. I'm proud to be American. Super fired up to be American. I love being an American. I will sing it loud, and I'm proud all over this great world. I'm blessed. God bless me to be an American. I can't even thank him enough, man. So be proud. Show your support. Put your flags up, all right? There's no need. Sure, support. And then more importantly, support your neighbors. Love your neighbors. Get out there. Support your neighborhood. Build a community around this great thing that we have, that you've been given. Go meet your neighbors. Give them a burger. Bring them a beer today and say, hey, I'm proud to be your neighbor. I'm proud to be an American. God bless you. Happy 4th of July. Imagine that if everybody did that today. Sick. Just awesome. Step 3, be proud. And the last one, step 4, you've got to pursue happiness. Listen to me. Listen very closely. You have to pursue happiness in your life. That's what we're supposed to do. That's what we're supposed to do as Americans, is pursue happiness. Now, how do you do that? Embrace everything America has to offer. Seriously. Embrace it all. I mean, everything. Think about it. Go travel. Go see the monuments. Go see where great battles were fought. Go experience the Grand Canyon. Go sailing down in the Keys, man. Go to Disney World. Go to New York City. Go out to the Black Hills, man. Embrace America. Embrace what you have to offer, dude. I mean, think about it. Don't just sit on your butt and watch TV and complain. Think about what you're missing. Think about what's out there waiting for you. Because it is. That's what America's about. It's about the land of opportunity, right? And the opportunity, it's not just with your job. It's with being able to stretch out, being able to get in your motor home and drive around, put your family in the family truckster, right, in the old station wagon, and blast, your favorite Creedence Clearwater Revival song or your favorite Taylor Swift song. I don't care what it is, but you turn it up, sing it loud, and sing it proud, and bomb down the streets, right, and be American. Love and experience your country at the highest level. Love and experience your country. Listen, I'm telling you, that's out there and it's waiting for you. That's out there and it's waiting for you right now. Think about it. All right. Let's go over them one more time. Step 1, study your history. Know your rights. Know how you got here. Know why, where, right? All this. Step 2, become a part of history. Get out there. Make a difference, right? Make a difference in the history. Join a support or a local team or get out there and join the American Legion or the Veterans of Foreign Wars, or join a community. Join something that's going to make you feel proud. And when you do that, you're going to feel connected. You're going to feel real connected. All right? Real connected. All right, well, that was 3. Be proud, right? Let's do it right together. Let's say the Pledge of Allegiance, right now. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I mean, think about it. With liberty and justice for all, man. Liberty and justice for all. I dig that. That fires me up. Man, we should all say that every day. I would love it if every organization out there every morning started out with the Pledge of Allegiance. How awesome would that be? If everybody at Twitter started their morning out with the Pledge of Allegiance. Or everybody at Merrill Lynch started out with the Pledge of Allegiance. Or everybody in every school across the country started out with the Pledge of Allegiance. That would fire me up, right? There's nothing wrong with that. It's beautiful. If you don't want to join in, don't join in. You don't have to. Nobody's forcing you. Just go sit over there and let me be proud. But don't get up in my face about it. I don't dig that. Let me be proud. Let me use my freedom of speech. Because that's what we've been fighting for. That's what I fought for. So people had their, even the idiots up there in New York, right? They had the freedom to get out there and try and burn some flags. And then my other proud Americans, they had the freedom to stop them. That's what makes America great. Now, they shouldn't have imposed violence on those people. They should allow them to do it. But guess what? You're going to evoke a response, man. When you do these, people are proud of what this is all about, man. These colors don't run, right? I mean, we're a proud country. And that's a good thing. You know, it's a good thing to be proud when you're proud of America. And of course, the last one, right? Of course, the last one is pursue your happiness. Pursue your happiness, right? Embrace everything America has to offer. Now, one of the things that's really interesting out there is that I find all the time is you know, we get bogged down. That negative insurgency kind of gets on our back, and we start hearing people spout off about how terrible things are, how, you know, things are just getting worse, and man, I ought to pack it up and move to another country, and oh, if this person gets elected, I'm out of here. And man, just think about what you're saying. I mean, you're quitting on America. Imagine if all those cats, imagine if old John Adams had said, you know what, screw it, this is too hard. You idiots, I'm not dealing with this anymore. I can't get you morons to sign it. Screw it. I'm just going to move further out west. Imagine that. Imagine if old Abraham Lincoln said, you know what? I'm done. I'm not going to do this anymore. He wouldn't have gotten shot. He wouldn't have gotten killed. He wouldn't have, suffered all his great, I'm just going to be a small-time lawyer out in the middle of nowhere. That's it. Just go about my business. No aspirations. Imagine if old George W., when the trade centers came down, said, "Oh man, that's bad. Let's just try and regroup, and maybe we are imposing too much on the rest of the world. Maybe we're not good people. Yeah, we'll just take that hit. Negative. That's not who we are. That's not what we are. That's not how we pursue our happiness. That's not what makes us strong. Right? That's just not us, man. That's not what we stand for. So I ask you again, what are you doing? I mean, when you're starting and you let your negativity start spewing, what are you doing? Why are you spreading the infection that's bringing the country down? It's like you and all your little negativity out there, you're undoing. It's like old, stitched up stars on the old glory there. You're pulling out each thread with each time you spew that negativity. You got no solution for it. You got nothing positive to say that goes with it. You got nothing to do that's going to make the place better, man. You're just pulling them stitches out. Stitch by stitch by stitch by stitch. Unsat. We can't have that. We just can't have that. Right? Think about this, a guy out there I want you to think about right now, right? This guy's name's Justin Fitch. Justin Fitch. If you go and you YouTube Justin's final mission, here's a guy, former major in the Army. All he wanted to do was support other veterans, and he wants to stop veteran suicide because we got 22 a day, and this is repulsive. We should not have this. We need to support the people that protect this freedom, right? And this is this kid's life mission. Well, guess what? He got stage 4 cancer and is dying of it. And it's just unbelievable. But he continues to raise money to build a retreat out there to help veterans go and heal from their hidden wounds. Man, check out his video and support him online if you want. Justin Fitch's final mission. Justin's final mission. You watch that, man, that's American. That's beautiful is what that is. That's powerful. And there are hundreds of stories like that out there right now with great Americans pursuing happiness and the happiness of other people, trying to make life better for those around them, serving the greater good. I tell you what, that's what drives me. That's what Froglogic is all about. That's what my motivational training is to help people do, to ignite the fire in your gut, to get you fired up, to get you out there, to make you want to serve, to make America better, right? Because the fire in your gut, that's what burns bright when you're passionate about what you do. That's what Froglogic helps you teach. If you want to know more about it, check out teamfroglogic.com. Man, because our mission, our sole mission at Team Froglogic is to provide the very best motivational media that matters in your life, to get you on the right path, to give you a training program that your self-confidence is strong so you can combat the negative insurgency, that you can learn to embrace your fears, to go after your purpose in life and follow through with that purpose, and most importantly, to live the team life. Because team life is huge, ladies and gentlemen, and it means the world to me. My teammates are my strength. Iron sharpens iron. Because there are a lot of people in my life that are making a difference, that are changing, that believe in what America is. And I'm going to bring one on the air right now. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to welcome Lex McMahon, my brother Marine out there, Lex McMahon. You on the air, buddy?
You know it, Rut. I'm right here, man. Marine's never late. We're early.
I love it, brother. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're not familiar, this is my great friend, Lex McMahon. He's the Chief Operating Officer of Titan FC. It's actually a UFC partner now in MMA fighting out there. But Lex is more than that. He's a Marine. He's a great citizen, and he's a great American, aren't you, buddy?
Well, brother, I sure try, man. I think that's the key, right? It's constant effort, constant invention to become better.
Well, I got a question. So the show today is, what does America stand for? And I put that question out on the internet, and I asked everybody on my Team Froglogic Facebook page and on my personal Facebook page. But what does America stand for to you? What's your answer?
Well, Brett, first of all, as always, man, I'm humbled to be part of your show and the message you try to put out. So I appreciate you for that.
Amen.
But what America stands for me is really two things. One, it's freedom.
Yeah.
It's the freedom of choice, the freedom of expression, the freedom of a dissenting voice. It's the ability to live as God intended us, as free men. But with that freedom comes tremendous responsibility. There's a responsibility to uplift the nation and all its people through positive actions and words. There's the responsibility to serve, whether it be as a sheepdog like you and I did, protecting the masses, or as part of the general citizenry, striving to make the nation a better place to be, one soul at a time. So that is the essence of what it stands for me.
Well, I love it, man. You can't get any better than what you just said, Lex. That's like perfect to get going. The challenge, I think, is out there is this responsibility concept. I think a lot of people are missing that part of it, right? That you really, it's every one of ours responsibility to carry a little bit of that burden, to carry a little bit of that torch, to carry a little bit of that cross for America. So where in your life did you learn that responsibility?
Man, this is without question. I was a bit of a lost soul, a bit of a punk. I grew up kind of as a latchkey kid. My father passed away really early, and my mom was, literally she was 14 or 15 years old when she had me. So we grew up together. So there was no guiding light for me until I put my feet on the yellow footprints of NCRD San Diego, and I made the effort to become a United States Marine, and that's really where it all started for me. And it's grown from there on a daily basis since I made that decision.
Well, that's awesome, and it's so transformative for a lot of us, right? It really is the thing that pulls us through to the other side, to realize the true nature of what America stands for and that responsibility. Well, I got a question for you now. Since you served honorably in the Corps, and then you got out and you got your MBA and your law degree, and you've been in venture capitalist, and you've been you're an entrepreneur, and now you just signed this huge deal with the UFC and Dana White with Titan FC. What part of our responsibility in terms of the financial world and being entrepreneurs and making sure that America is strong and with its, with capitalism. Is that a big part about what makes America great?
Yeah, listen, there's no question, Rod. I think that there's a lot of components to what makes America great, but we can't be fiscally irresponsible and expect to be able to live as the founders intended us to do, which is as free men, guiding, setting forth guiding principles, and creating a legacy for future generations. We can't bankrupt our nation because of poor governmental business practices and fiscal responsibility. So it's an enormous component of that responsibility.
Well, I love it. And what's interesting is, as everybody out there that plays your role in America, you can sometimes get lost in that role and the negativity of how maybe your perception of insignificant your role might be. And so one of the things I'm really trying to talk about today on the air is, how do you build that significance in your heart, and how do you become that proud American? So Lex, what makes you a proud American in your daily life?
Brother, I think there's two components, because I'm incredibly proud of our nation, and I'm incredibly proud to be, to call myself an American. So I think there's two parts. First is community. Man, I get such a huge smile on my face, and I have such a happy heart when I see a community come together. And you see it time and time again in our great nation. Tragedy strikes, and everybody rallies together. But you also see it in good times and positivity, and so that's one of the key things is that when a community comes together, that's what being American is to me. Being something more than just yourself. And then that takes me to the second component of what makes me to be a proud American is sacrifice. I'm proud to be a humble servant of a greater good and to join the pantheon of America's rough men who stand ready in the night to visit violence on the enemies of our great nation of people. And it's not just for that feat alone, Rudd. It's so that future generations can not just survive, but, man, so that they can thrive. That's what it is. That's what makes me proud, is that there's men like you, like all of our other brothers and sisters, who are willing to step into the breach and make a sacrifice for a greater good, for something bigger than self, and not just for today, but for tomorrow. So when you talk about things like, being fiscally responsible, that's about tomorrow. It's not just about today. And the same thing with, sacrificing the blood of our nation. That's about tomorrow. It's not just about today.
Well, I dig that. I like how you talk about that, man, because so often, I think in the show you get sucked into trying to get people to understand about where we came from, but you're so right, man. It's about where we're going and what it's going to take to get there, and that daily maintenance, that daily effort, that daily sacrifice that our future generations need to be willing to accept, man. And that's a huge thing, right? What
the last... get mired down. I'm sorry, brother. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. What were you going to say?
No, I was just going to say it's easy, man. Like, you get caught up in the world's a tough place, man. Like, it's a tough place just to survive. If you're trying to make ends meet at home, it's a tough place if you're having to go to the sandbox and fight the battle. It's a tough place. And so it's easy to get lost and put the blinders on and deal with just the struggle of today. But here's the problem with that. If you only deal with the struggle of today, the foundation of tomorrow crumbles, right? So it's our responsibility to be looking forward, always, to be visionary. Again, like guys like Jefferson, Adams, Franklin, always looking forward. They wrote a simple document, the Declaration of Independence. Not a ton of words to it. But what that document represents from, hundreds and hundreds of years ago is the foundation that we look to today and tomorrow. And they did it with the look towards tomorrow.
I love it. Man, that's awesome. That gets me fired up, Lex. Well, I tell you what, you're certainly a great American, and I know you're looking towards tomorrow. And Lex, I just can't thank you enough for coming on the show. And brother, God bless, and have a happy 4th with your family, buddy.
Thank you, brother. You too, man. I love you. I appreciate everything you do. And, go out there and spread the Froglogic concepts, man.
I will. I will. God bless you. Take care, brother. All right, so there we go. We got another couple callers on. I'm gonna bring on another one. Here's one right now. Hey, you're on Navy SEAL Radio. What does America stand for to you?
What America stands for to me is the fact that we're free, and with what you said earlier about how George Bush, if he didn't respond the way he did, that is the way that we do it.
I dig it. I dig it. Well, tell me, what do you do every day to make America better?
Well, when I wake up, I stand up and salute the flag that I have hanging in my room. And then I start it out right, PT and live healthy.
That's awesome. Well, I appreciate it, man. Thanks for coming on the air, and God bless America. Have a happy 4th. I appreciate it.
You too.
All right, we got another one right here. Hey, welcome to Navy SEAL Radio. What does America stand for to you? You there? Hello? I guess that one didn't come. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, you
Hello?
there?
Yeah, I'm here. Are you here?
Well, I'm the one asking, brother.
Hello?
Yeah, what does America stand for to you?
Oh. Alrighty. Sorry, I was talking to my friend's mom. America stands for freedom of choice, I believe. I believe when my immigrant ancestors came in to Ellis Island, they wanted one thing, and that was for the free enterprise system to, really go with like globalization and capitalism to strive and thrive,
Well, I
and
dig
be
it,
able
man.
to like.
That's good. So your ancestors came into Ellis Island. When did they come in, brother?
I'm gonna say a really long time ago, but I know for a fact. I know for a fact that my grandfather's grandparents were from Ireland, and his name was Thomas Derry, and he came into Ellis Island in around the 1800s, I think. I don't know. I'm not exactly sure.
That's all right. Well, that's an opportunity for you to go learn more about your family history. Well, I got one last question for you. What are you doing?
Yes, sir.
What are you doing today to make America great?
Today, to make America great, I am spending time with people that care about me the most, and I'm sharing some of my stories, like my own my personal stories of not giving up, and just brainstorming ideas on things that we can get into, like things on CNN and the New York Times that we can get into about problems that we can address and offer, 1 to 3 solutions on each. So about 10 problems and 1 to 3 solutions on each, and trying to stay away from like general subjects like things that are really opinionated,
Yeah.
and can't really get to the meat of like really hot topics today, like religious preference or like gay marriage or gun control, because people aren't going to argue against something that if it's good or bad. Like if they want to say like I think that guns are a problem in Fayetteville, North Carolina, like that's too you can't really add very, very much to that or get very much information off of a database publicly to like go any deeper. So
well, that sounds good.
just kind
I'll
of
tell you what,
coming up with things.
Those conversations are going to be great conversations today. Make sure you also just sing old America happy birthday. So thanks for calling in, and God bless you. God bless America.
Thank you, David.
All right. Here we go. We got another call. Hey, welcome to Navy SEAL Radio. What does America stand for to you?
To me, it stands for freedom of choice and freedom of speech, regardless of what others think of those choices. The idea of the Constitution is to protect those with unpopular ideas, if you ask me.
Well,
to guarantee freedom for all.
That's for sure. I mean, that's when you thought about those founding fathers, man. I bet Great Britain didn't think it was very cool that these cats wanted to have their own thing going, man. So no, I agree with you wholeheartedly. The challenge is, right, is when, when people, want to hammer other people's opinions because they don't fit in line with their own. And that's where we start getting into some challenges. But you're right, man. Freedom of speech, freedom of expression, freedom to your religion, freedom to all that, man, that is what makes America great. Well, I got a question for you. What do you do every day to help make America great?
Well, I have been sacrificing a lot of my money to help put my brother through college. I mean, I've lost vacation time. I haven't been on a vacation in like 6 years already.
Wow.
And I don't even have a car. And this was after my dream to become a Navy SEAL like you was destroyed.
Oh, man.
And I'm still putting out for my brother. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So what's your brother, you're paying for your brother to get through school right now?
Partially, but not all. You know what I mean?
How's he doing in school? Is he crushing it?
He's at the top of his class.
Yeah, so guess what? Your sacrifice is making a huge difference, isn't it? What's he going to do with his degree?
He's going to be a psychologist.
Man, that's awesome. We need great people out there. I mean, with 90 million people out there struggling from behavioral and personality disorders right now, we need great psychologists. Well, that's cool. Well, hey, I really appreciate you calling in, and I appreciate your sacrifice, and thanks for giving your opinion on this show, man. God bless you, and have a happy 4th.
God bless you too, man.
So there you go. That's what I love. That's what I love about Navy SEAL Radio. That's what I love about being on the air. And that's what I love about America, is that people can get on, voice their opinion, all very different, right? some similar context out there and similar thoughts. But, man, we all process information differently. We all are walking this different path. But that's what's so awesome about America, is that we're able to do that. We can do that day in and day out, right? That's what fires me up. That's why I created Froglogic, right? That's why after this 25 years, man, that I truly have been really digging in, not only from my personal journey, but my research I've done on how we function from a behavioral perspective, a cognitive perspective, a neurological, a physiological, right? A theological, right? I've studied all this stuff for 25 years, including my own personal experience as a SEAL, a medic, an instructor, an international training specialist, security specialist. And now as one of the top motivational speakers in our country, spreading Froglogic, writing books for kids and adults. Man, that's what my whole goal is to help people inspire, to ignite the fire in their guts so they can pursue happiness, so they can be better Americans, man. That's what it's about. That's why it's so powerful. All right, let's go to the internet now. Let's go online I asked, all right, on my Team Froglogic Facebook page, and I also asked on my personal page, what does America stand for? So here you go right now. One nation under God, whether we like it, acknowledge it, or not. One nation under God. I dig it. I see where he's coming from. This other one, as Reagan said, America is that shiny city on the hill in a dark world. Semper Fi. I like that. A little inner Semper Fi. That's true, man. We represent what it could be for so many other people. Right? Think about it. The land of opportunity is here. I love that. Here's another one. America, to me, is a place full of opportunity if one commits to his or her goals and what it takes to attain it. Those ideas and principles that his country is founded on can be the core for that commitment. And when that commitment is realized, you can accomplish your dream. Like, granted, many of us will not dunk basketballs in the NBA or kick the winning soccer goal for the U.S. when we win the World Cup this weekend. Right? Many of us won't achieve that, but what you can do is you can have an impact. You can make it a better place. You right now can make the decision to make America better today if you choose. Or even in the long term, like Lex was talking about. What is the future going to be for you? How are you going to change things? Here's another one from the internet. America stands for freedom of all, regardless of how popular or well-liked they are. The beauty of this country is that you can have ideas and say things that the government and overwhelming majority of the population may not like. Freedom of speech is for everyone within our borders. Many people hold ideas I hate, but they have the right to say them thanks to a wonderful paper known as the Bill of Rights. To make sure America stays America, we must protect the rights of everyone, regardless if you agree with them or not. Man, I love that one. You don't think it drives me absolutely sideways when I see people want to desecrate the flag? But guess what? That's the right of American. When people want to get out there and say certain things, if they want to have a rebel flag in their house, man, have a rebel flag. I may not agree with what it stands for, but go for it. If people want to get out there and marry one another and they're of the same sex, man, God bless them. I'm going to have love in my heart so that they feel love too. I mean, that's their right as Americans. That's what makes us great. Now listen, man, I'm one blessed individual. Here's another one. Let me just finish this one before I get on my last thought. America stands for freedom. Freedom that men and women have fought and died for. I've lost friends and family members in the fight for freedom. America was founded on sound principles set by our forefathers. Even though these values are challenged by a few, we are still a great nation. These principles is what set us apart from other nations. Amen to that, Brad. All you are right. We are all right. We all possess this unbelievable opportunity to be free. We all possess this unbelievable responsibility to perpetuate freedom, to stand up for freedom, to promote democracy as democracy has promoted us, to control the balance of power so it doesn't get too unwieldy in one person's hand or one group's hand. Man, to rise up as a nation. To love each other as we love ourselves. That's what makes America great, man. It really does. It's unbelievable. So today, at some point, just go back and read that opening paragraph from the Declaration of Independence. The second one, we hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. That's your right. That's my right. And you ought to take those rights and put them in your heart. Right? Get them in your soul and let that fire, let that burn bright around it. And use it as a fuel that gets you into life, that makes you proud to be an American, that makes you want to go pursue the American dream at its highest level because that's your God-given gift. And I believe that I have faith that you can do it too. Just like I'm doing it sitting right here in this chair. Just like I'm going to do it tomorrow. And just like I'm going to do it for the rest of my life until I'm pushing up daisies. Because I believe in that right. I believe that my pursuit of happiness is American. And it's God-given. And my freedom and democracy is God-given. And I will pursue that for the rest of my days. I want to thank everybody that called in today. Thank you so much. I want to thank, first off, let me thank God, because God gave me this right. Second off, let me thank my forefathers. Let me thank all the people that have died and sacrificed for this great nation to come before. I want to thank all those of my brotherhood who are out there on the front lines right now, all those around the world serving and sacrificing on this great day. I want to thank my family, the Admiral, my wife, my children, my parents, my brother. I want to thank all those, my family, my friends. I want to thank all of you who love Froglogic. Thank you. Thank everybody out there for making America great, and don't ever forget it. God bless America and everything she stands for. Ow!
10 seconds